on extractions, space news, and other things. Hello, thank you for being here with me once more. I hope you are very well today. I am Marie. Welcome to my channel. This information can be seen as science fiction, or as the viewer sees best, and I post it for entertainment purposes only. Still, I take my information very seriously, and for whoever has eyes to see. I am writing this on the morning of March 15th, 2025. We have noticed since a long time ago that just about everyone who is on the surface of Earth and holds a certain awareness about the existence of extraterrestrials, and who was in contact with us, and not all want to be extracted, to be taken off planet. Taking into account the way things are on Earth, and how they have been for quite a while, no one can blame them. Some people who were in contact with a member of my group have even resorted to trickery and plain extortion to be extracted and reacted violently when denied so, attacking my group and claiming it was false only because we did not comply, as if having the ability to extract or not were any kind of proof. Neither we nor any other non-human group near Earth have any real control over extractions, over who gets to be, and under what circumstances. Contrary to what is said, depicted, or even led to think by other authors and researchers on the subject, no extraterrestrial group functions fully independently when dealing with anything that has to do with planet Earth, as there is a regulatory government up here that sets the rules, legislates and controls all extraterrestrial and human communication or contact of any kind. Such government is the Galactic Federation, of course. Extracting someone without going through all the Galactic Federation bureaucracy does bring strong and difficult consequences for those who extract without their consent, approved procedures, and justifiable causes, as already happened to my group because of the last 2 times they did so. All the extraterrestrial researchers, as well as just about all the other claimed and alleged extraterrestrials, either talking or giving their messages through people, depict outer space as an area where star races, good and evil ones, go about imposing their agendas and their will on others as if no higher authority would dare stop them. Therefore most people assume that each star race, us included, can simply extract anyone at our will, but that is not the case, as it must be done through the Galactic Federation, with its approval, or it will be taken and seen by them as kidnapping, regardless if the subject wants it or not, regardless if the subject is pleading and begging for it, as the Federation does not see that as valid. The Galactic Federation, and the rules it enforces onto people living on Earth, demand that their pre-incarnation soul contracts should be observed, even if they mean extreme suffering. Therefore at least most people on Earth are there for the duration and will only exit at death. I must state here that I, and we, very strongly disagree with this super cruel and despicable Federation rules, which are vastly unnecessary and only breed more suffering and cruelty. We are working for ways around this, but it would have to be in bulk, with other star races who monitor and take care of their star seeds on Earth, as changing this Galactic Federation imposition cannot be one-sided, as it would again be unfair for the people who belong to other non-Pleiadian Taygetan star races. Such a change from those rules would inevitably also bring an end to the matrix on Earth as we know it, therefore it is tied to the total dissolving of the false realm there. I am well aware that I may be the only person anywhere telling you that there is more government as such, in space. As far as I am aware, I am also the only person who tells you upfront that there are more humans, exactly like you, the very same species, in space, and that Earth is a false realm artificially isolated from the rest of the galactic community, to create and maintain a false realm, with false rules, including a false cosmology, a false past, and false just about everything. I know other authors have bits and pieces of information that do concur with mine, and that is one of my points here, as it looks like they cannot connect all the dots. They inundate the media with anthropomorphic extraterrestrials, nearly all of them looking Nordic, as if that were the highest human form, like that is how humans ought to be while dwelling in so-called higher existential realms, and all belonging to one or another galactic federation spin-off that is always about to save the poor little humans from their evil oppressors on Earth, but never deliver. Notice that they all look human, at least those of the Nordic groups, as they also depict the classic extraterrestrials we all know about through the New Age, like the Andromedans, Arcturians, Syrians, and so on, but then again notice how they all look human or humanoid. Of course, most of that mass of information comes from the human mind and imagination, as they project themselves onto their imaginary creations, but there is a lot more to it than simple fantasy and science fiction. It is also an expression of their higher consciousness and unconscious, externalizing their starseed's previous life and DNA memory onto their creations. Much of that mass of information shared by the New Age, and deformed by three-letter agencies to fit the needs of the ones in power, does have roots in truth, and on a greater reality outside Earth and its illusory realm. Even if I am the only person who dares say all this, does not mean I am wrong, as the truth, even if it is of one, will always be the truth. I am extremely limited by the Galactic Federation, which literally owns planet Earth, and there is a great etherical barrier separating star races from Earth humans. That barrier is being manifested by the people of Earth themselves, as they feed it energy through their belief systems and their powerful collective unconscious. Said in simpler and more direct words, it is the people of Earth themselves who are manifesting that barrier, as it is only a mental barrier, one of limited awareness, that does not let the masses see the obvious, leaving the infamous Van Allen radiation belts only as an added physical barrier which is easily defeated with the correct technology. I mean, you can jump those belts as if they weren't even there if you have hyperspace capacity. Coming back to extractions, despite what I said above, they can still be done, especially after going through the Federation's bureaucracy, yet things are not so simple, nor convenient, and there is a lot you must be aware of. Why do I bother writing and making all those space news videos, I ask you? I am well aware that many of them sound very Star Wars, if you know what I mean, science fiction and nothing more. But as I said above, science fiction, like the one on Earth, depicted in countless movies and series, is rooted in reality, being that Star Wars is a documentary about the Orion Wars, and Star Trek is also a documentary about the Galactic Federation and the human secret space program. Of course, the movie characters are fiction, although some of them do resemble real-life people. For example, Jabba the Hutt is quite clearly Ekata, a giant slug that lives in a swamp deep inside the Andromedan biosphere ship, Viera, who is supposedly the last of its species and is considered a very dangerous creature to encounter because of its super strong mental, telepathic, time awareness altering capabilities. It is said that anyone who has talked to it will never be the same again. The powers who control Earth and its society use media to control the perception of the people. With it they can manage what the human population perceives as real, what is possible and what is not. Movies like Star Wars or Star Trek, they are telling the people in their faces what is actually going on outside and around planet Earth, yet people are also being programmed with them to see everything else which resembles them as fiction as well, when they are reality. So coming back to my question, why do I bother writing all that space news? I do so not only to share with you my reality, and what I live day to day up here, but also to let you know that life up here is also hard, sometimes as hard as on Earth, or even harder. Life can be easy up here, but then it can also be easy on Earth as well, as it depends on the reality manipulation, awareness and manifestation power of each individual and its ability to manifest a reality that is favorable to him or her. Living in a nice reality depends on who you are, not on where you are. Yes, I know living in a nurturing place makes things easier, especially in developing who you truly are, and that is why I don't agree with the Galactic Federation and its learning by suffering principles and rules. Yet it is still the truth that wherever each one of us is, and what each one of us is currently living, is a direct consequence of the decisions we made in the past. Therefore we must all learn from our mistakes, and that is what the Galactic Federation pushes to justify keeping Earth as it is. I am trying to share with my space news how things are outside Earth, how difficult things can be, and how similar life is to the one on Earth. I have been screaming for a long time now that there is a lot more humanity outside Earth, including its very culture, as most Lyrian human star races clearly show a very Western society-like culture, only purified, far more ethical and fair, and with much fewer problems. Society on Earth is a direct reflection of society in space, especially of those star races who belong to the Galactic Federation and who are active around and with Earth. There are countless absolutely wonderful places in space, filled with gentle dream worlds, but those who visit such places must be of a certain mentality and elevated awareness, or else they would simply destroy such places. And then we have the complex structure of the greater reality, where there are lower astral realms, full of unwanted creatures, some of them egregores of the darkest corners of the minds of the people who manifested them, human and not human, equally, and there are also higher realms, which offer gentle lives much closer to source, and that are characterized by being filled with integration, cooperation, and love. But it still depends on each one of us to be able to see those places, and much more to live in them, so it is the responsibility of each one of us to develop ourselves in consciousness to be compatible with those desirable places, and that depends on what we are, and who we are. Wake up, humanity, there are a lot more of you in space, you are so, not alone. This will be all for today. As always, thank you for watching my video, and for liking, sharing, and subscribing for more. It helps this channel grow a lot. And I hope to see you here next time. With much love and appreciation, your friend, Marie.